All right, guys, so we are here at route stop number 2, and I figured I would go live. There are a ton of cars that were behind us that will be coming in, and Richard is inside now ordering some dinner, so I figured I would just come out to the parking lot. I've grabbed some shots for Eric to start editing at his house, and so I figured I would walk around the parking lot, see what cars come in, see who all we can talk to, and all that kind of stuff. Hi, buddy. Got the hot rod out, huh? Hey, won't you rev it up? I'm kidding. All that horsepower. That's right. Well, guys, if you haven't heard, Justin Chestnut sadly hurt the car. Hey, sadly hurt his Model A. The blower, he thinks, may have dropped some casting down into the block, hurt the number 3 cylinder. So the Model A is out, but his buddy is still in with Justin's old blower, dual carbs, first gen Camaro. Hey, what did it run today?
Today we ran 11.4. We broke out a little bit.
Yeah.
So I went again, then it spawned coming out of the hole and ran a 12.4.
Oh, man.
I ran a 12.3 yesterday, so we're kind of close.
There you go. All right. There you go. Perfect. Well, how's the drive been?
So far, so good. Just a little bit of throttle linkage issues we got worked out.
Yep.
And that's really about it.
That's awesome.
So I'll take it.
Yeah. Good luck.
Thanks.
Well, there's a ton of cool cars here. Just talked to Travis Clark inside for a little bit. And guys, again, I'm going to apologize ahead of time about the shakiness. The gimbal is in the Summit truck. Danny, let's tell some stories, bud. All right, guys. So if you haven't been following along Sportabout on Instagram, it's great stories. Dude, you've had the adventure.
It's been something.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, I don't want to spoil the story because I'm coming by with the camera tomorrow. I promise we're going to be able to tell all the stuff. Okay. So give us the quick recap of what has happened so far and then what times you're running at the track.
All right, so the plan was to leave Wednesday morning from California, Southern California. I had to work, so I picked up Alex at 12:30 on Wednesday afternoon. And the tires were rubbing horribly. So, kick stop number 1, AutoZone parking lot, put Adelise on the front. I have them on the rear, but they're so worn out, I needed double.
Right.
We got to Eastern Albuquerque Thursday at 4 in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
Slept for 2 hours. Then I drove to Denton, Texas to my dad's house. Saw my dad. Drove down to Beaumont, Texas. Meanwhile, the car was leaking about a quart every 100 miles.
Oh, man.
So I averaged 100 MPQ.
Yeah.
Used 12 quarts to get to Beaumont.
Oh, my God.
It was the oil sender. It was squirting out of the sender with a wire plugged in. So we fixed that. Spent the night there at my buddy's shop. Leave Friday morning, made it 70 miles into Louisiana. And rod number 1 said, knock, knock, I'm here.
Uncle Rodney's visiting.
Uncle Rodney came to visit. So I called my buddy back and he said, get it towed here. I have your other engine from the car you gave me.
Nice.
I'll pull it.
Yep.
So waited 6 hours for the tow truck.
Oh my gosh.
On the side of I-10 in the thunderstorm.
Yep.
Get dropped off at 8 p.m. By midnight, engine's out. By 12:30, pans off. We had to unlock the motor to spin it to get the convertibles.
Oh.
By 4:30 in the morning, transmission's on the other engine.
Nice.
Go to bed for 3 hours.
Yep.
And by 2, engines in the car, running, no exhaust. Patched it together, left at 7 p.m. Saturday evening.
Yep.
And cannonballed straight to Orlando. Got to the tech line at noon Sunday.
That's crazy. So what has the car been running? We're 2 days into the race now.
So my only quarter-mile time was duct tape drags in Tucson back in October.
Yep.
A month after I got the car running from sitting for 5 years in the cornfield. It ran a 20.5 at 66.
Nice.
That was my only quarter time. Yep. So my goal was 19.
Yeah.
For the week. Just if I get 19, I'm good.
Yep.
First pass yesterday, 20.2.
Oh, so you're like, I can do 19.
Okay, so I waited and did the second all run.
Yep.
And I ran a 19.4 at 69 miles an hour.
Let's go. That's awesome.
So then today, I did one and done. I was 19.5 at 68.
That's
And
crazy.
for a brief moment yesterday, I was the fastest AMC powered AMC on property
Yes.
until Jacob fixed the job and ran an 11.
Yep.
But for 10 cars, I was the fastest AMC on the property.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. All right. Well, good luck. So
Thank
we hope the drive today's been fine.
Yeah, I usually have to pull over and do paperwork for an hour and a half
Yeah.
at a gas station. You know, my day job.
Yeah. There you go.
But drive's been fine. Cars loaded up the weight balance. I moved the tires from the rear to the front.
Yep.
So it's not sagging as much and they don't rumble for bumps anymore. So
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
everything's good.
good luck.
Thank you.
See you guys.
See ya.
So they've been taking notes of all the stuff they've done on the window, how many quarts of oil, how many Mountain Dews they've drank, the checklist of tracks. You can see here on this side. We'll have to get into some light tomorrow. I'll show that. And guys, obviously we're going to bring out the big camera and talk to them and get the full story and do a full video along with all that. I just talked to the guys that are racing these two cars, and we're going to work on getting them on the podcast, father and son team, two-car team here, racing these at Sick Week, and they did Sick Ward the first year with one of them, Sick Week the other year. They've done all three of Sick Weeks in one of those cars, so pretty exciting. Travis Clark's car here. I told him, but I'll tell you guys too, this is one of my favorites. I love the patina on this thing. It's just like, I told him, I was like, it's like the car, you spent the money in all the right spots, because once you get underneath this car, it looks amazing. The outside, perfect in my opinion. Simple trailer, just perfect drag and drive setup. And then how about a flathead 4-cylinder? Cool old hot rod. I intend to talk to these guys tomorrow as well. Today just got away from me. I had some SD card issues after doing a bunch of interviews this morning and can't get it pulled, so we're trying to work through what all that means. And I know I talked about a lot of cars being here, and there were a lot of cars here. The parking lot was absolutely packed. And now, of course, everybody's kind of gone home or got on their way, because we're all headed towards KSR tonight. Headed towards KSR tonight to do the party there. So Richard's inside getting some food, and we're working from that. Let's go over here. We'll see what he's got going on. See if there's anybody coming. Any cars down that way? Any burnouts we've gotten so far? Darn. All right. Shoot, there's a lot of cars behind us. All right.
A lot of traffic out there too, right?
Oh my gosh. See, we got folks in here. Yeah, we were getting food the last time too. Hey, listen, I'm hungry. And that thing was we got a chicken bacon ranch wrap, and it was so small. It was pathetic. But don't worry, it was expensive. John Mankia just pulling in here. Brian Anderson, the Chevette, pulling in. This really cool route stop here. Really a neat spot and a great backdrop. I wish I had the big camera, or I wish I had like a real camera, not my phone, because you could really get some neat stuff here. The lighting is just about right if you could come off the building. So Brian was under the hood earlier doing some stuff. We'll see if they stop. Maybe they may just keep rolling or let these cars cool off for a minute. The traffic coming in here is like 5 miles worth of driving took almost 40 minutes. So I'd seen Mike Turner of Shop Dog Fabrication post earlier that it took them an hour. So maybe traffic is easing up a little bit. I don't know. It's pretty intense to think that this part of the country can't handle this many extra cars. I don't know. I think that's a trash can on top. Why is there a trash can on top of the trailer? If they stop, we'll ask. Oh. Nope, looks like they're going to go ahead and roll on. Reggie Moore, he's collected LS parts along the way. That's funny. All right. So we got a group of YouTubers here.
That? You ever going to try this with your MR2?
This will be interesting.
Maybe like one of the NSX.
We got cars coming from both directions. Oh, they're getting in a spot park. Nope. Sorry, man. Right in your way.
Your mic, right?
That's me. Hey, I like your hoodie. You got good taste, man.
Oh, yeah.
You got good taste. Oh man, the Sweets are pulling in. Nick Deal saying they're on their way. Exciting. I said all the Coyote cars are already at the hotel. That's just mean. Yeah. SRC just pulled in. Trevor Brandon just pulled in. I think these guys have had a good time doing this. We'll let Trevor get parked. See how it's been going for him. Matt and Jerry Sweet leading Pro Street NA class leaders right now. 770s the last 2 days. All right, let's sneak back and talk to Trevor real quick. Tell us a story. How's it been?
It's been good. Today was awesome.
Yeah? I missed
so
your
bad.
pass. Tell me about it.
Well, we were working the bugs out and stuff, so we went to Sissio's this morning, and I missed A group.
Yep.
So I didn't get there till 11, and then changed the car over. I talked to them, so they let me run at 1.
Nice.
So when I ran at 1, we did a safe tune, like an 820 tune, and it ran an 820
Yeah.
at 29 pounds of boost. And then we turned it up, and we waited for the run all. and we turned up the launch a lot harder.
Yeah.
40 pounds, and I did a 1.5 60 foot and just terrible 60 foot, but it was awesome. Like I was shaking after that first pass because it worked.
Yes.
After all that, like,
Yes.
we left the other track at like 9:30, rolled in the hotel at 2 in the morning.
Oh my god.
Then we were up early because we went to Sissio's because they helped do the transmission tune and everything. And thank God. Like,
Yeah.
It was.
That's amazing. So what'd you end up running after the 150 60 foot?
I ran an 8.4
Okay.
with a
all
bad
right.
stick. Usually I'm a 1.2,
Yeah.
but I skated for about 500 feet. Like I got traction actually at the wall,
Oh.
and then I started going down the track. Brent will have good footage of it. Like,
Oh, that's
I
perfect. You mean Brent from PFI Speed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brent from
Ma-
PFI, my
ma-
co-pilot.
Yeah, make sure you guys go follow that because they've got a full build. Like, dude,
Yeah.
they thrashed on this
Oh
car.
yeah, and we were still thrashing the first day
Yeah.
because learning curves.
Yep.
The GTR is very fussy on where sensors are supposed to be.
Yep.
The learning curve.
yeah, big learning curve there. Don't just throw them in a box in
No.
the back.
Don't screw them to the side because it's a drag and drive car and you have the wiring tucked to the side.
Yeah.
You can't have that. You got to have it in the middle so you pile stuff on it and break wires.
That's right. That's exactly right. Well, normally people, general GTRs don't have to worry about that because they have carpet and all that kind of
And they
stuff.
go on a trailer, they go to the track, and they come off the trailer.
Yeah, that's
Trailer
right.
queens, as
Yeah.
Richard and Bob Guido say.
Yeah. I mean, this definitely isn't a trailer queen.
No.
That's awesome. Well, it's great to see you here, man. I was excited when I saw you pulling in.
Well, I'm happy. I'm super happy.
Yeah.
We actually get to a hotel probably a decent time. We got to do a repair though.
Oh,
So I'll shine my light on it for you. So at the KSR,
oh, what?
we broke the valve. So we gotta go to KSR and
Jeez.
pull it back and put a plate there and
Yeah.
weld it.
That's awesome.
Two drag and drive events and a lot of bouncing down the road.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of weight on this poor motorbike trailer.
Well, and tires out here.
Yeah.
That probably
Like-
doesn't help, but hey,
7 jerry cans of fuel, plus all the tools and
Yeah.
parts and alternators.
yeah,
and
we
stuff.
need to wait on this trailer. We need to know what this thing
I don't know. I bet you it's probably pretty close to 1,200 pounds in a
Oh my
motorbike
gosh.
trailer.
Yeah, what
'Cause
a
all the tools are in there.
what are GTRs rated at to tow anyways? Probably 800.
I don't even think they're rated to tow because they have a big carbon fiber thing right there, right?
Nice, nice. Wow. Well, I mean, currently, I think you're currently the fastest drag and drive GTR, right? And I think the only
Oh,
other
yeah,
one's
yeah.
Luna with the 9.0, right? And I think
I
that's-
know, yeah.
And you smoked
Frank actually, he did 902.
that. Nice.
He actually was the first winner of a GTR to win,
Gotcha.
but he won Rocky Mountain.
That's awesome.
And he's up in Steve Tasker. Sorry, my bad. Steve Tasker, the boss over there, reminded
Nice.
me.
Yep.
He won Rocky Mountain Race Week.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah.
he's the first GTR winner.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of second places and
Yeah.
fourth places. That Aaron Schaefer
Yeah, that guy.
and James Tall
Yeah.
got my number in that 850. So now I'm moving on.
Moving on past those
Moving
guys. That's awesome. All right. Well, it's great to see you.
Okay, thank you.
How fun. Jeez. How are you, sir? Hey, it's Derek Putnam, the
Hi,
man,
everybody.
the voice.
No, one half. Remember, we've got the better guy, the more excitable guy, the guy that makes people drink. Adam Norrie's with me.
Yes, that's awesome. Well,
So,
tell us about your trip here. How much fun have you guys had?
well, I mean, we get to drive this Durango. It's a rental ride, so I could treat it however I want. No,
Yeah.
I'm usually pretty good with stuff because
Yeah,
I do actually work
'cause it's a
for Tom
rental.
Bailey, so,
Yeah,
It has been great. Honestly, I think that the thought that goes into the trips is really cool because
Yeah.
Tom really likes to do stuff that isn't just we're going to drive you here and then we got Richard Keto coming in right here.
Yeah.
The Canadians, I'll tell you.
They're taking over right now.
Yeah. Hey, Guido's got 2 8-second passes with a stick shift. I don't, so he's the man.
Yeah.
So again, I think Tom really does try to put a lot of effort into not just where we go, but how we get there. I
Yeah.
mean, like for example, last year we went to National Parts Depot to see over 200 car collection.
Yep.
Then we go to Six Summer, we go to Field of Dreams, for example.
Dude,
We're
so
already
amazing.
talking about the fact that we're planning 50 different spots for 666. That's going to be epic.
I can't wait.
But let's talk about the racing today. The racing today was amazing. How about this? Here's something to wrap your head around. The quickest car on the property was not a big tire car. It was Brett LaSala, 629 at 227.
Oh my
Nobody
gosh.
else got close. The only guy that got close was Stefan Gustafson. Did you hear about what happened with him?
No, huh?
Okay, so Stefan was on the
You gotta get
struggle bus.
closer,
He had
yeah.
a front row seat, basically.
Yeah. No, you got to get closer to.
Oh, okay. I thought you were moving me.
No.
So Stefan was on the struggle bus. He couldn't even get a 6-second best between yesterday and today.
Yep.
Then he rips off a 6:52 and a 6:49 back to back. Nobody else can go down the racetrack, and he is A to B, no problem.
Yes.
So I go over and talk to him. He changed tires. He went from Goodyears to Hoosiers. Boom, no problem.
Yep.
Didn't change anything else in the tune-up. So he is actually in third place and back in the mix because Lutz and Magnus Frost were both slow today.
Yep.
So they're only separated by 0.2 of a second in the averages. So they're right there.
Oh my God.
How about this? In the modified class, number 1 and number 2, Snot Rocket 2.0 and the OG Snot Rocket. So Brett LaSala's number 1. Zach Myers with the OG Snot Rocket, the former Brett LaSala ride, is number 2.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we also had, what was it, our 8th different 850 with a 0, our 8th different driver. So yesterday it was Jack Stan and Jimmy Tall.
Yep.
Today it was Brian Acton with the LS Turbo Nova that went 850 with a 0. Ironically, right next to Jimmy Tall on
Dude,
the run too.
hey,
Jimmy goes 852.
It was so fun to watch those guys go down next to each other because, like, they were literally, each of them were looking over. That had to be such a tight race.
Yeah. So in the 275 street race class, to qualify top 10 after day number 1, you had to go quicker than 861. That's how tight that field is.
Yep.
So I'm sure as the next day, as tomorrow gets done, we'll see a little bit of separation. But for example, Matt Lanfear, who turned in an 854 yesterday, he won the Outlaw 235 class. He's obviously done well. He's done lots of Dragon drives. And 854 was only good enough for number 6. That's how hard it is right now.
Yeah.
That's how close everybody's getting their tune-ups.
Yeah, those guys have it figured out.
Yeah, so honestly, I would say the most interesting thing is unfortunately we've lost some 6-second cars. But then the rest of them are not like going A to B and doing everything right, even though, in my opinion, the racetracks have been good. The weather has been good.
Yep.
I think people have struggled a little bit. If you ask Jeff Lutz, he's even said, I thought it might be a little bit easier since the last time I did it. He said, this car's kicking my butt. But he's still out there trying to do it. So he had to take the intake and the cylinder head off his car today. I heard that he had everything buttoned back up and he was on the road, but we left, he was putting the intake back on it.
Oh my gosh.
Alex Taylor thought that they had a transmission going bad because of what the sensors were telling him. They pulled the tranny out of it, they blew the whole thing apart, they can't find any problems.
Oh no.
So they put it all back in. So she so far is 2 for 2 on what she wants to do. She said she wants to finish and she wants to have a 6-second run at each stop. So last year she averaged in the 6s, but last day 709. So that is the last little asterisk they want to do. And she's already bettered her career best. She went 679 yesterday. So,
yeah, it's amazing.
So she's done really well. Craig Grubby Grubber actually ran his 2 best passes. He went 711 yesterday and went 719 today. He had a cracked torque converter, so he had to pull that out and get that done. So Nick Taylor already making a big difference on that car. They tested all last week. I'm trying to think what else I can tell you about. Talked about Stefan. Magnus obviously had some issues after going 628 yesterday. Oh, actually, here's one. Doc McIntyre out.
Yeah.
He had converter problems. So he's done. He is done for the week. Now, on the other hand, Matt Sweet has gone 772 and 773 on a one and done today. So they are obviously looking to continue what they did for Hot Rod Drag Week. They want to win, and not only do they want to win, they want to win with style points.
That's right.
So,
That's exactly. Well, they just cruised through here. They're somewhere close.
Yeah.
They're somewhere close.
Yeah. So,
they may have kept rolling.
So honestly, there's been some stuff that you would expect to see, but then there's also been some off the wall stuff that I wouldn't have expected. I thought we would have a real good naturally aspirated battle back and forth because they both ran in the 7-second range, the 70-70 range yesterday, and then today, for whatever reason, it just looked like initially from the tower anyway. It looked like Doc's car was having something where it was pulling timing out of it. It wouldn't go up on the chip. So, and then of course, as soon as they told me he had converter problems, I'm like, that makes sense.
Well, and what's crazy is Jeff had said they were chasing fuel. They thought it was fueling. So like he's like, we just can't get it up in there, can't get it to work, and then turns out it's the converter. Crazy. So, they said they have ran that converter 7 years.
I guess they got their money's worth.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So, dude, thank you.
No, absolutely. I mean, I figured you're out here covering everything. I mean, the thing that we constantly get bombarded with, at least on my phone, everything, is when are the results coming out? And they just came out like about a half an hour ago.
Oh,
So
that's
if you
awesome.
want to check out all the results from first 2 days with the averages, go to Sick the Mag. We have buttons on the front helm screen. You can click Sick Week 2024. And then as soon as you get there, there's an event results listing, and it'll take you directly there. So you can check out all the leaders and everything. So
that's awesome.
Luckily, the attrition is still not too bad, but unfortunately, we talk about some of the hitters we've lost already. Obviously, we lost Cletus McFarland. The deal with that was he lost second gear and lost overdrive in the trans on day one.
Oh, man.
So he put the call out to try to find another transmission. Now, that's a lockup style transmission with real close gear ratios. It's not a standard Turbo 400. He found a guy who delivered it to him in Orlando right as I was leaving at about 8 o'clock on Monday when we got done. Had no bell housing on it and everything, so it looked like he was going to be okay. So the deal was is we actually passed the three of them. We passed him, Ty, and Jimmy, all on their way to Bradenton. We figured that makes sense. If he can make it third gear, get to his shop, put it up in the air, take the tranny out. Well, what I heard this morning, tranny didn't match up. It didn't work. So he didn't even want to bother chancing it. So he is out, unfortunately.
That's pretty sad. But hey, you know him. He's gonna he'll do several more this year, I'm sure.
The really cool thing is that you can tell that he just wants to have a good time. Like, for example, with all the oil downs yesterday, he brought out his stealth bomber plane and he flew it around for 20 minutes. That was really cool. I thought that the fact that he could see that, you know, it's not like there's anybody's fault. It's just, it's the first drag and drive of the year. Sometimes stuff breaks. So he's out there trying to entertain people, and I got to appreciate the effort.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, cool,
I'll let you get back at it. I figured I'd throw some stats at you, man. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
You showed up perfect timing. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man. See you tomorrow.
All right, guys. I think we're going to let that cut it. I'm sure the food is probably getting very close inside, and so we're going to leave it there on Derek. I want to say thanks to him for jumping on real quick and give us a true lesson on all that fun stuff. Thanks again, guys. If you haven't done it yet, hit the share button. I mean, like, why wouldn't you? We want to give more content, and the route stop content is always good. Sorry, got a phone call there. All right, guys, I want to say thanks for being our race car friend, for following along here. And guys, got to thank our sponsors: Summer Racing, Molly Motorsports, Howard's Cams, Car Change 3D, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk. Guys, we can't do it without all of you. You all make a difference, and we all thank you very, very much. See you soon.